Hi there and welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma for those of you who haven't had the pleasure of meeting me. And for those of you who have met me before, welcome back. What it do? How are you doing? I'm glad and excited to have you join me here today as always for another video. Today's video will be centered around a blog post on Tiny Buddha by Eddie Baller, which I'll be linking in the descriptions down below. And the title of the blog post is 10 Ways to Cultivate a Positive Mindset and Change Your Life. Now what I'm going to be doing is, instead of reading the whole blog post, I'm just going to go through each of the 10 points and just give my take on those points. First way to cultivate a positive mindset, according to Eddie Baller, is to seek positive friends, which I totally agree with, because we are, or we become, who we hang out with eventually. More than likely, after spending time with a group of people, you're likely to start talking like them, wanting to start dressing like them, which isn't necessarily conformity. Sometimes it's actually a good thing. It's a way of immersing ourselves in cultures and stuff like that. So when you get positive friends and people who align with where you're going in life, it's easier to actually achieve your goals, because you're working with like-minded people. Instead of holding you back or taking you in a way different direction, they're going in the same direction as you are. So having positive friends and just having good people around you is definitely very critical to building or fostering a healthy mindset. The second point is to challenge your thoughts, and that is definitely very critical to having a positive mindset, because the only way you're even going to go from where you are to the positive mindset in the first place is to be able to see the thoughts that are dysfunctional and the ones that are holding you back and keeping you from actually achieving the mindset or the life of your dreams, and then challenging those thoughts, seeing where they came from and seeing what you can do to change them. And sometimes there are thoughts that we have that we think are harmless, that are actually harming us in the long run. Just the little things we say about ourselves, like, oh, I'm so ugly, or oh, I'm so broke. Just little things that we think we're doing for fun, often than not, can actually harm or hurt us in the long run, because you say those things and your subconscious starts to believe that that is who you are and that is all you are going to be. And so in order to change it, in order to reprogram your subconscious, you're going to have to challenge your thoughts. The third point is to consume positive media, and I feel like this goes in line with having positive friends. Consuming positive media and having positive friends is really just all about environment. Our environments matter. In my last video, I talked about the effects environments and why it's important to prioritize a healthy and good environment, because I gave the example of a flower. If a flower is planted among thorns, then it's more likely to die, as opposed to if it's planted among other flowers. So just consuming positive media and having positive friends around you, it's really more about having or fostering a positive environment that enables you to grow and thrive the way you need to. Fourth point is volunteering, and under volunteering, he says volunteering to help other people can make a huge impact on how you feel about yourself and your view of the world, which I definitely totally agree with. Just the act of being selfless can help you realize that there is really more to life than validating your own feelings, or catering to your own appetite, your own desires and stuff like that. There are actually other, and it's just finding fulfillment. Volunteering is a big part of fulfillment. I know, for example, my mom loves to cook a lot. Like, she would cook so much food and bring it to me, and then I used to get so mad. I was like, "Ma, all this food, I'm not gonna eat it." But I stopped doing that, and I just let her bring the food to me, because her helping me helps her feel fulfilled. In the long run, it's sort of not as selfless as it should be when you think about it, because you're really doing it to make yourself feel better. But that's one of the great ways that God has wired us in a way where helping other people helps us feel better, because that way we actually go out there and do his work and stuff. And it's also just tying it into finding your purpose. Like, just when you find your purpose and you start helping other people, just the concept of helping and being selfless helps you feel fulfilled, right? So I could definitely see that. And then abstain from all bad news. Yep, definitely abstain from bad news. And the point isn't to be in denial or to deny that these things aren't happening. It's just, if you keep hearing these things, you keep getting them embedded in your subconscious, and there's nothing you could do about it, then what is the point? I would say the only time you should consider bad news is if there's a way, if you have a plan to actually change it or turn it from bad to positive. If you can sort of create awareness in your own little way, or actually actively go about making change in that area, or create like a non-profit and stuff like that with regard to that case. But other than that, you don't need to overwhelm yourself with all the bad news in the world. There is only so much you can do. Our energy, our life-giving force is infinite. Well, it's finite on this plane on earth. It's finite. It's infinite eventually, but right now it's finite. And so there's only so much you can do. And so just decide what you're going to do, how you're going to help the world in your own little way. Your job right now is to live in your creative space and make the world a better place. So figure out what that looks like for you and how you intend to go about that. The sixth point is write out your action plan. This is about looking at the possibilities and then going and then doing something to make it happen. So having an action plan towards just having fostering a positive mental health to change your life. Um, Definitely agree with that. I would say before having an action plan, you first need a vision, and then under the vision you need little goals to get into that vision, and then under the goals then you have the action plan. That is how I would start with the bigger picture, so you know where you're going towards in the first place, and then just break up the goals so you know your goals could serve as like milestones for you, and then the action plan to get to the positive mindset. So planning is definitely critical, because without planning, you don't know, there's no metrics for you to measure how, if what you're doing is working, or if you're getting towards your goals and things like that. Those are the benefits of planning. And then adopt a healthy lifestyle, definitely, because garbage in, garbage out. Basically, that's the point of a healthy lifestyle. Every time I think about just health in general, physical, mental, psychological, spiritual, social health, any form of health, just remember that the computer term garbage in, garbage out applies to us as well. Whatever you put in is what you're going to give out. You cannot give out the things that you don't have, which is why I'm always hammering on meditation and visualization and affirmations and things like that, because that way you're putting in positive energy into yourself, and that is all you have to give to the world when you do all those things. If you eat healthy, you get enough rest, you do the little things, you drink your water, you exercise, you put in good things into your body, and all that your body can bring out for you is even better things. Now you're able to move more, you're more sexually active, you don't get tired as often. You put in good, you get out good. You put in bad, you get out bad. You don't eat, you don't meditate, you don't pray, you don't do anything to foster a healthy lifestyle, then you're more likely to just be like a couch potato, or feel unmotivated and unable to do the things you actually want to do with your life. So adopting a healthy lifestyle is critical. Number 8 says send thank you notes. Let's see what that's about. The simple gestures of sending a thank you note can be empowering. Not only does it feel good, a thank you note creates goodwill in other people. I can see that. I think the general idea behind number 8, sending thank you notes, is just showing appreciation. I would say I don't think I've ever really sent a thank you note. I typically just say thank you up front, or when I'm praying, I'm very grateful for the things I have. I look outside and I'm grateful for the skies, the trees, the sand, whatever it's around, right? I'm grateful for the abundance all around me. And I also do meditations that have to do with gratitude, that foster a grateful heart. Being grateful is a way of letting God know that you're actually open to receiving more, because it's like, just even with your family and friends, when someone does something little for you and you're super thankful, you're more than likely going to want to do more for you. I mean, this is just one of the benefits. I'm not saying this should be the reason why you should be grateful. I think we should all be grateful because we do have a lot to be grateful for. But I'm just saying there are benefits to being grateful, and being grateful definitely fosters a positive mindset, in the sense that it shifts your attention and focus from all the things that you're lacking to all the things that you have in your life, all the things that you have to be thankful for. So I could definitely see where he's coming from with the send thank you notes. And then number 9, create a morning mindset routine. This is so important. Like, I don't even have to read the whole thing to know what exactly he's talking about, but let me do that just to make sure. I gotta start the day by making a mental. He said, every morning I play personal growth videos and audiobooks, and I totally agree with that. My morning mindset routine is I wake up and then I pray. I'm thankful. I pray. I do my meditations. I do my stretches. And then I go on to just take a shower. And then while I'm doing those morning things, just like he said, I have personal growth videos and books I listen to. I do the same thing with just personal growth stuff like self help, like videos just on YouTube or any audiobooks I want to listen to. Just things that help me build a healthy mindset and set me um, at a great pace or at a healthy pace for the rest of the day. Anything that energizes me audio wise for the rest of the day. And then after I'm done doing my morning routine, I typically go work out and then my day starts. So, yeah, definitely having because a good morning is very critical to having a good day and a good life in general. More than likely, when you have a great morning, it's going to be very hard to ruin the rest of your day. I feel like it's easier to ruin the rest of a person's day when they've had a bad morning as opposed to when they've had a good morning. If you had a great morning and little things happen through the rest of the day, they're annoying, but not as much as if your morning was already crappy. It's like, oh, now I have to deal with this again. So fostering a healthy morning routine or a healthy what was it called, a morning mindset routine would actually set you up for having a great day and being more resilient through the rest of the day, even if you have to deal with a lot of crap during the day. His last point is write a wins checklist. So you started on a good note, now finish on a great note by making mental list of the day's wins. Nice. I didn't even think about it. So basically what he's saying here is now that you have a great morning routine and you've adopted all these healthy things into your morning, write a checklist of everything you're going to do in the day, and then when you do those things, sort of sort of check those lists off to check your little wins during the day. It's one of the it's also like a reward system. Like, you know how sometimes you give kids like the stars and stuff like that. So just checking off your list is like, yes, I did this and I accomplished this and did that. That could definitely foster a positive mindset. So that was from Eddie Baller on Tiny Buddha, and those were his 10 points on cultivating a positive mindset, and I totally agree with all of them. I hope this was helpful, and I hope you could take some of the points and use them for yourself. So I'm just going to recap the points and then close out. The first point was seek positive friends, and I tied that one into consuming positive media, where I said it's all about fostering a positive environment for yourself so that your mindset can thrive. The second point was to challenge your thoughts, and it talks about how challenging your thoughts helps you to know the thoughts that are dysfunctional and the ones that need to change. And his fourth point was to volunteer. His third point was to consume positive media, by the way. His fourth point was to volunteer. And I talked about just how volunteering and helping other people helps you feel fulfilled and feel good in yourself. Abstaining from all bad news. The only time you should listen to any bad news is if you have an action plan, if there's something you can do about it. Or if you know someone who can do something about it, you can report it to them. But sitting down around talking about bad news all day doesn't help anyone. And then write out your action plan from how you're gonna. The point of the action plan is to help you understand how you're gonna get from where you are to the positive mindset or to whatever change you're seeking out in your life. And to do that, you start with a vision, you have goals that serve as milestones, and then the plan right underneath. And 7 is to adopt a healthy lifestyle because garbage in, garbage out. The 8th point is to send thank you notes, just the power of appreciation. Um, and the 9th point is to create a morning mindset routine. We talked about that. The 10th and last, but definitely not least, is to write a wins checklist to help you feel good the rest of the day when you accomplish little things and big things. And that is it for today. I bid you adieu, and I will see you next week.